Welcome back, people. It is the 4th of July, Season 5, Episode 27.
Season 6.
Oh, my goodness. Can you believe that it's Season 6? We got a fair amount to get into this lovely Independence Day. Happy 250. Before we do, please like, follow, and subscribe. We have strange and unusual topics about gambling and sports once again, and this goes deeper than any one of us could agree. We have some people getting arrested for touching a reflecting pool. We also have a former baseball player who may be an axe murderer. We get into some World Cup talk today, some great MLB standings. Go White Sox, you see the hat. The Cubs are on a heater as well. We have some NBA free agency talk, and this may be the most extensive NBA episode of the year. Buckle up, we are back. It's the Taxi Squad podcast.
Come on, everybody, celebrate. The Taxi Squad is here today. So lose the blues, kick back and relax for now. They talk about sports and stupid stuff. They're probably wrong and it might get rough. So welcome back, it's the Taxi Squad, yeah.
Vince, we're back together again. Back.
Yes, God.
Back.
Happy semi-bicentennial, dude.
Dude, I know.
Or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called, actually.
It's 250.
It's 250, whatever that is, though. But there's some name for it. It's a great day to be alive. America wins yesterday.
America.
That's what you need on the 4th of July. I mean, after this, it's all house money. We're good. We're fun.
We're great.
We're happy. Happy 4th, Mike.
Happy 4th, Vince. It's good to be back in the Chicago.
Yes, dude.
We've had some fun over the past...
Too much.
Like 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, 10 days. It's been a great time having the boys back together. We're excited to be back here, and it's always great when the boys can be in the same room doing the pod. We have so much to get into today.
Yeah,
but
buddy.
Vince, before we do, let's recap Dads and Diapers, shall we? It was
Let's
a party.
recap Dads and Diapers. I was gonna say, what do you want to say? You know,
I mean, other than it was a blast.
people came over here.
We did it.
We drank some adult pops.
Yes.
We had pizza from Michael's on Broadway.
Great name.
I'll give them a shout out. Hell of a pizza place.
Hell of a pie.
We had chicken wings. We had various dips. We played games. We went to Sluggers, hit some balls.
Place is a time warp, for the record.
Yeah.
Anybody who goes to Sluggers, just plan to spend your evening there because you'll turn around and it might be midnight.
Dude, it literally becomes so late so quickly there.
It's so odd. We got there at like 4 o'clock. I turn around, it's 11, and everybody was gone.
There is
Everybody
something
left.
to be said, though.
I had a great time, though.
God, which you have to. It was your party, bud. But there is something to be said. You know, I feel it for multiple days now in a way that I used to not. I feel like I lost my fastball as far as a person consuming adult pops.
Vince, that just is a progression as you start to get into your 30s. You realize you just don't have it like you used to.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, that's why you just got to get back on the bus. But sometimes that just delays the inevitable. So it's a very, like, thin line of fun and torture. But, you know, you give yourself a few days to get back to zero, and then you start your Independence Day weekend where the good Lord intended you. At the gym, so you get a couple good workouts in, get a good sweat in
first.
And then get a good meal in you, and then get after it. That's usually the play. Vince, I've been to a lot of baseball over the past week.
You have?
Yeah, man. Saw our White Sox, unfortunately, lose on a Sunday.
You went to the wrong game.
Unfortunately. And we'll talk a little
game.
bit about our White Sox here and how many runs they've been scoring over the past 2 weeks. And an aggressive clip. It's been lovely to watch.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, dude, Sluggers, to anybody who doesn't know what Sluggers is a batting cage connected to a bar. So
It's genius.
We got to relive the glory days. Not saying we were in the fast pitch tunnel.
No, you go to the slow and you hit bombs. This is what I was telling everybody.
Hit bombs.
I'm not going there to hit 85 mile per hour fastballs and miss all of them. They want to be like, look at how good I am at baseball. I want to go to slow, and I want to be like, look at how far I rope these. And I will be honest, the first time I went in there, I was raking. And I was like, okay, I'm back again. If I played in an instructional league baseball game, coach pitch, I'd smoke those kindergartners.
Smoke them. I took a little bit longer than I
You
would
warmed
like.
up and then you got there.
And then I was there. And then I was
Yeah.
back to hitting ropes, hitting BBs once
Yeah.
again. Just got to get that timing down.
Shooting rounds.
Now, once again, if you want to shoot ropes, make sure you subscribe to the Taxi Squad
Please.
podcast. The little button in this area
Yeah,
over here.
there's a QR code. I should make sure it still works. I haven't checked it in a while, but it's right
QR
down
code works. Don't worry about it. Yeah, just subscribe and
Okay.
share with a friend, whatever
Yeah.
you do. Vince, we have strange and unusual topics.
Yeah, man.
Once again, as we do every week. This week, I mean, heavy basketball podcast,
Yeah.
but it's just too ignorant not to report on. But there's more in a gambling scandal than we could have ever thought, and I still think it runs deeper. This is like a Batman comic.
I'm sure it does.
But now Malik Beasley,
Yes.
9-year NBA veteran, is in the mix.
Dude, Malik Beasley, pretty good basketball player. He was in the league for a while. He right now he just pleaded not guilty in a court hearing about a point shaving scheme, essentially. This man, it was gambling related to sports betting, such as point shaving and prop bets. Essentially, hey, you guys are supposed to win by 7 or whatever it is. And then he goes in there. He's like, I'm going to make sure that we don't win by 7, so I make money on it. That's how betting works, kids. A ton of others are coming out of the woodwork as it goes. There's a video, and I'm going to put this in post because it's a lot harder for me to share this when I'm using one screen. But I don't know. So this video that I'm putting on the screen right now. So he goes coast to coast. 5 seconds left in the game. The Clippers are up 9 or 8. The spread was 8.5. They shoot the free throw, bounces off or goes in. He gets the ball and chugs it down the court to make sure he gets that dunk down, just so they end up losing by 7 instead of losing by 9. Weird. There's like 15 other videos of this. But the funny part is just like, no, obviously his lawyer came out. No, he didn't do this. None of this happened. All right, that's all good and great. Text messages come out with Ed Davis, also former basketball player, saying, hey, the only way you could beat Vegas in sports betting, everybody else has an edge. He says, well, yeah, my friend, I'll do my best to pay on full in the first, trying to find like $2K. So dudes didn't have money, clearly. Next, he says, you got Snapchat. He says, not really. Why? He's like, talk to you about some shit on here. Can't do it on here. Better not to talk on here. We can make some good money. Moves on to talk about, oh my God, he got a rebound with 1.1 second left. Fam, no way. He pushed Connaughton out of the way. Show me, dog. Damn, I closed my laptop, blah, blah, blah. Fam, we're here. We were 1.1 second away from being down thousands. What's funny is that even after he got it was a big relief. This is all just incriminating. How
It's
are you going to
way
be
too
down
weird.
thousands? He's clearly in the wrong here. There's got to be more people. And this isn't even connected to the Chauncey Billups thing, which is also insane. So we're just surrounded by insane shit.
To give everybody some background, if you remember about 3 to 6 months ago, there was a whole FBI crackdown on Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier.
Oh, yeah.
Many more.
forgot Terry was in that.
Yep, good old scary Terry. A part of this entire La Cosa Nostra-based gambling scheme. Forget which crime family, but it was like something out of a mob movie.
It was a how you doing crime family, though.
Totally one of these.
For sure.
To add to that, this just makes it even further of a rabbit hole to make
man.
you believe that there is probably an entire unit of NBA players involved in this. And I could say it's probably not just on that group of 2 guys on the Trailblazers.
I was gonna say it's because
I think it's league-wide.
Chauncey wasn't connected to that. I don't think in the same way that like they're doing this with the sports betting and the bookies and stuff. I do think there's probably more like 10-minute a game guys, the same way that John Ty Porter got in trouble for it because he clearly did it as well. This is clearly him just straight up cheating. Same way with Ed Davis. It is what it is. But I was just laughing because all those texts, you're like, come on. This is all alleged, by the way. Don't sue us.
To add insult to injury,
Don't
there was
sue
a
us.
clip that came out last night that I saw on the TikToks, and it was a Golden State game from like 3 years ago, and
Yeah.
I don't believe Malik Beasley was involved in this one, but it's basically the whole bench losing their mind because the opposing team hit a last-minute 3 to cover the spread.
Yep.
And everybody was cheering on the opposing sideline, the winning team, for this person to hit a 3.
You sure they weren't cheering for winning?
And Steph Curry was involved in this, and all these guys are losing their minds.
Steph Curry's not betting on live basketball games.
Okay, Vince, who's to say
he
he
makes
isn't?
hundreds of millions of dollars.
All these guys make millions of
not
dollars.
the way that he does.
The average max
Why
on a
would
contract.
you ever do that to his beautiful, perfect persona and all of this stuff? Why would he ever do that to himself?
Why is the whole bench losing their mind?
Maybe he needed an extra point to like get a I don't know.
Let's go with that. Yeah, or
Mike, there's no reason Steph Curry would be betting on sports for that. There's no reason.
There is a lot of things here that have no reason to happen,
Grasping
but are clearly
for straws.
Vince, I'm not grasping.
Steph Curry.
Just saying, Pete Rose did it, and he's a Hall of Famer. But
They were also
not
not getting paid the way NBA players are getting paid right now.
Exactly to my point. All these guys are multi-millionaires.
But
it's
Steph
insane.
Curry's like 100, 200, 300, 500 million
when
dollars.
the average max in the NBA is over like $45 million a year.
That's average?
It's insane.
That's a max contract, Mike.
A lot of these guys get them.
45 a year.
A lot of these get.
I know,
lot of these
but
guys
Malik
get 'em.
Beasley was like a $7 million for 2 years, or like $10 million for 2 years. He wasn't 45 for 5.
See, a lot of these guys, it doesn't seem like they're doing it for necessarily monetary purposes. It seems like they're just doing it because they're fucking bored.
I guess so.
Because if you're a multi-millionaire, why are you worried about a couple G's?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He didn't even have 2K, so maybe he just spends all of his money like an insane man.
He could. I mean, there's a lot of that. Watch the ESPN 30 for 30 broke. It's
yeah,
quite
dude.
fascinating.
It's sad, honestly. It's really sad.
It is sad. But something could be similar happening here. Once again, to your point, it's all alleged. We don't want to add smoke.
Don't sue us. Thank you.
Yes, please don't sue us. But once again, sometimes where there is smoke, there is in fact fire. Now, Vince, in this case...
Diana Rossini, definitely true.
Diana Rossini did that shit.
Definitely
I don't
true.
know if we saw her get pulled over and talking to the cop about her favorite.
I was just on the phone
team.
with Brian Dable.
She just started name dropping.
That was awesome.
And then I'm sorry, after I saw this video, highly recommend looking at it on the TMZ, or I believe it's on every news rag at this stage of the game. She starts calling out Kevin O'Connell because the cop was a Minnesota Vikings fan. She got pulled over in Buffalo.
Let me talk to Kevin for you.
And she basically just threw J.J. McCarthy under the bus on a traffic stop.
I would too. He sucks.
Honestly, he's kind of a turd.
Yeah.
There's more smoke to that than I think any one of us could think
For
about.
the Kyler thing?
Oh, I think Kyler's the starter.
He is for sure. There's no question.
But, Vince, I mean, I'm just saying, chances are, there's smoke, there's fire.
I know.
You kind of smelt it, you dealt it in that point. But
Except for Steph Curry gambling, I just can't. But
Vince,
go on, whatever.
Vince,
I'm done. I'm sick of it. I'm done.
he, once again, king defender of the Dirty Diana.
No, that wasn't a defense. I just needed more proof. You're a guilty until proven guilty guy. I am a innocent until proven guilty guy.
Vince,
Because you're not. They'll be like, oh, they didn't do it, and you'll be like, oh, that was fun. I say, hey, let's let the facts come out. Malik Beasley, clearly. Those are the facts.
Who knows?
Clear.
He might get off.
Clearly, man.
Yeah, I think they need more proof.
And if you want to get off as well, I wish we had a fucking ad, dude. That would be so good.
If you
want to
get off, Blue Chew is for you.
Blue Chew, free ads, no free ads.
Never free ads. Now,
Talk about jail.
let's talk. Speaking of jail, and if you don't listen to this podcast, straight to jail. But Vince, not only could you get into some heat because you played with fire and there is in fact smoke, but you could also get in trouble if you touch Don's pool, okay? Don't touch Don's fucking pool.
This is so lame.
Speaking
this is
of
one of the
250
lamest things you could do. It's so lame.
Don't touch Donnie Boy's fucking pool because
That's
if you
my
touch his
pool.
pool, you're going straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
You undercooked chicken, jail. You touch Donald's pool, jail.
Parks and Rec, hell of
A
a show.
former Olympian was indicted on Thursday on felony charges in what President Donald Trump called vandalism of the reflecting pool.
Of his disgusting green pool that he ruined.
Now, if any of you have learned about DG Trump's, Donald J. Trump's reflecting pool outside of the Needle, you would know that it's covered in algae.
It's so gross, dude.
And instead
Fuck
of
that
just
whole thing.
saying we didn't use algicide, because if you've ever been near a pool or anything like that, probably a good idea to use algicide to get rid of
chlorine.
algae. You need all three, technically.
I don't
so
think
you
we
need some
used
water,
algicide when I was a boy.
you need some shock, and you need a little bit of algicide, because algae is a fickle little bitch, especially in markets where there are
sounds like
trees.
death by algae. I guess algicide's a good name
he
for
was
it.
blaming vandalism for algae,
What an
even though
idiot.
that is just an entire chemical imbalance of water.
He's a dumbass.
I digress. But
Man, the lighting in this is going to be
David-
wild. Sorry, people.
David Hearn, a former Olympic canoe racer, was indicted on a single count of property destruction in Washington, D.C. court.
70-year-old man getting indicted for touching
He
water.
previously told the AP press that he reached into the pool to examine the newly peeled coating.
Oh, he owned a company?
He said briefly touched a chunk that was still attached to the side of the pool, then let go shortly after a park worker told him to. Hearn, 67, of Maryland, owned a company that made composite materials used to build watercraft. He said he'd stopped by the pool during a 64-mile bike ride. By the way, who the fucking bikes 64 miles?
Dude, it's sick. I'm really into ultra marathons right now, too, so I'm with it. I'm
Just miss
100%
me with
it.
that. I'll go on a nice little bike ride. But
Yeah.
64 miles, I'm good.
We're not built to go on
He said he
64-mile
was-
bike rides, Mike.
After this, he said he was detained by National Guard troops and park police for
losers.
5 hours before being released.
Losers.
Trump said federal authorities made multiple arrests of people he said were vandalizing the reflecting pool as he struggled to explain why the $14 million plus rehabilitation project launched for the nation's 250 seemingly backfired.
He's a dumbass and he's a loser, and that's an insane thing to do to an American citizen.
Listen.
To arrest him for touching water.
I understand that he needs an excuse, but this is far-fetched.
It's just loser move. Like what?
Listen, I have a lot of rules about my pool. Don't you ever go near it. Don't
dude.
even look at it. You touch it once, you're arrested.
It's like when your neighbor gets a
We're-
pool and then the kid goes over there. He's like, "Let me see what the water feels like." Get off of my yard! This is my pool. Fuck you, loser.
Could you imagine getting arrested and going to tell your friends, "Oh, wait, what'd you get arrested for?"
I touched
You
water.
You think maybe you're drunken in public. Maybe
You peed in an alley.
Maybe you exposed yourself in public and you didn't mean to because you were a little too toasty and you need to pee in an alley. To
No.
Vince's point. Just don't do it in their
You're
playgrounds.
you're a
But
70-year-old man 40 miles into a bike ride and you touched water.
He touched the water,
Loser.
and now that's vandalism. So
Loser.
whatever you do, if you live near water and Donald Trump is near you, do not, for whatever you do, don't touch his water. A lot of guys like to touch water. I shower every day. I touch water. But don't touch my water.
That's so lame.
Vince,
Our country's being ran by the lamest person ever.
listen, they're all fucking terrible people.
I agree.
I just want to point that out to all
But
of
to
you.
just to be that way about a pool that you clearly messed up anyway.
Hey, Vince, positive vibes this 4th of
Miss
July.
me with
this
it.
was just pretty fun.
Listen, this is the most American I've been in a while because of soccer, but this is just complete loser behavior by the man that runs the country.
Politely remind everybody this country was bought and sold many, many moons ago, and voting is a choice. Okay. Evolution. All right.
Anyway, we want to talk about an literally fucking insane person?
Sure, baseball. I love baseball.
Josh Naylor, famous White Sox killer, amongst other teams.
Yeah.
He gets hot, he gets cold. Statistics right in the middle, but he gets hot sometimes. And we're like, oh, I hate Josh Naylor. And he also seems like kind of like what kind of guy is this?
Kind of a dick.
Minor league teammate of him, Stone Garrett, who this is not the reason that he didn't make it to the league. He had other issues as well. But here's a story about Josh Naylor in the minor leagues. Josh Naylor liked to play stupid games. Dude would come into our apartment, we were neighbors, semicolon, whatever, colon. Not a colon at all. What is that?
Dash.
No.
Ampersand.
No, these
Brackets.
ones. They're brackets, but there's another word for it.
You could put them in quotations.
They're not quotations. What the fuck?
We
are they-
were neighbors.
I'm an idiot. We were neighbors, whatever. With aerosol and lighters multiple times. He'd come in and start fires for fun. That wasn't his first time in our apartment with the butcher's knife. That guy hid in my closet waiting for me to get home. When I got home to hang my shirt up, he jumped me with a knife pointed at me. It caught my thumb, sliced it open, went to the ER. He waits for me when I get back and asks, "Are you going to press charges?" Not, "Are you okay?" The next day, coach holds the team meeting saying front office wants us to keep hush-hush about it. LMAO, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. I get surgery. He cut my nerve. Still can't feel my right thumb. He got suspended for 1 game. 2 weeks later, he goes to the Futures game and gets traded. He's the most psychotic person I've ever met in my life. Breaking into the guy's apartment with a butcher's knife in his closet. I get that it's boring when you're playing in like Albuquerque or like Birmingham, Alabama. Butcher's knife in the closet of someone's house, like that's fair enough to shoot him in the face.
Like, listen, if you want to do a prop knife because you're trying to scare the shit out of somebody, fine.
Yeah.
But an actual butcher's knife.
What are we
is insane
doing?
work. And if anybody's ever seen the size of Josh Naylor, I'd like to point out this is not a small human
He's a
being.
big fat fatty, yeah.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
So
Just like us, big
once
fat fatty.
again, I just want to know the logistics of how big was this closet. Okay.
Yeah.
And then how don't you know somebody's in your closet? I don't know. Granted, maybe he was hiding and
Hey,
said big closet.
The guy in R. Kelly's trapped in the closet didn't know he was in the closet.
Once again, this is very R. Kelly.
Real talk.
This is very R. Kelly. This is just very crazy. Now, it's all alleged because there was no charges pressed,
Yeah.
but they kept it hush-hush. You feel bad for this guy because he doesn't have nerves in his thumb anymore that he can feel.
You know, there's worse things, but he also had other issues. That's why he didn't make it. But still, just
See,
like
I leaned on the side when Vince sent me the story. I was like, man, Josh Naylor ruined this fucking guy's career.
no,
But doesn't seem to be the case.
no,
So
he had
that's
other injuries.
good. Okay.
But still, like unbelievable, Josh.
Unbelievable.
Mike, did you know that we have a hotline where you can call in and leave voicemails for us?
Ooh, Vince, tell me more about the hotline.
In the show, as we're going to do right now, we call it Air It Out. Also, happy birthday to a man named Josh that just happened. That has nothing to do with the Air It Out.
Yes, happy
wink, wink.
birthday to our good friend Josh.
King.
friend of
But
the show.
that being said,
Love you, kid.
we have an Air It Out. You can call in 312-725-2107. Give us a hot take. Tell us how you feel. If you want to do a little Taxi Squad therapy, you call us. We'll talk you through it, Sweet Pea. Get it into us before Wednesday. It'll be on that show. If you get it onto us after Wednesday, we'll be on the next week's show. We got one right now, and I'm going to mute our mic so it doesn't bleed through. Here we bump it bump bump.
Oh, hey, what's up? Guess who? It's your pal Dimitri. I just wanted to give you a call back because last time I gave you a call, I was at the club and they were too loud and they probably couldn't hear me correctly. But I was talking about the FIFA World Cup, soccer match. But anyway, I would like to bring up a couple of things about the FIFA World Cup. It's mostly just soccer. It's not even like showing of the feet or any kind of like sexual favors to be done with the feet. So I will probably not be watching very much more of this FIFA World Cup. You can find me at the winners of the World Cup. I'll be there enjoying my time. But yes, every time they do pan out to the crowd, you see very good, fine specimens of all cultural specimens. So, all right, that's pretty much all I have. Pretty much like, I'm going to have a good day today. It's very hot out. Probably enjoy a few cervezas outside, watch maybe some baseball, but Sandy, go ahead and get on with my day. I hope you guys have a great day. Ben looking sexy as ever. Chicago Mike looking freaking always sexy. You have a sexy broad shoulders. So yes. Give me a call sometime, boys. All right? Dimitri. Signing off now.
Dimitri.
Did he think it was FIFA World Cup? Is that what the issue was?
I think Dimitri thinks FIFA is about feet.
It wasn't FIFA. It was FIFA.
It's FIFA.
Listen,
And it's not. There's no feet involved.
Yeah.
Dimitri.
I mean, some of the fans are beautiful, but definitely no feet. They all have to
mean,
wear shoes at the stadium.
If you're a feet guy, Dimitri, I want you to know there's a whole website for this. And you can go.
The Finder?
Yeah, the finder of the feet, as some may refer to it. But Dimitri, you have an entire website built for you and
It's made for you, bud.
your fetishes. So you clearly a very, very sexual person. you may want to look into that. Just throw it
I
out
suggest
there.
it.
Just giving you a little nugget, right? I mean, that's what the boys can do for you.
I agree. Thank you, Dimitri. You're looking also sexy as ever, even though that's only a voice message. I can tell.
Yes, Dimitri. The voice is incredibly sexual. We appreciate you leaving the Air It Out. And if you'd love to leave and air it out yourself, 312-725-2107.
Mike, the World Cup happened last night.
The World Cup has been happening for fucking ever, and I don't know if
And
it's
it
ever going to
rules.
stop, but it's a great time.
It rules.
I got
so
into
you're
it this
you're into it now because we're in knockout stage.
I'm not even into it because I'm in knockout stage.
Okay.
I hung out with a good friend, a.k.a. work acquaintance, who's quite big into the soccer.
He's not that big. He's normal
Has
size.
season tickets to soccer venues in the MLS. We'll just leave it there. So I got a chance to watch some soccer with my friend on his birthday, of all things.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday, Mr. Z. Love you, pal.
Yeah, buddy.
But he broke down the game in such a beautiful way for me because I didn't know what the extra time thing meant, nor did I understand what the plus means at the end of this stuff. So with that, it's just one of these things. I just look at it like, okay, I'm trying to understand it better, and I think I got a better grasp of the game. I'm also told this is the best soccer I'll probably ever watch.
It is.
So I'm cool with that. I want the best of the best as always. So I had a great time watching Belgium, and I forgot who played on Friday.
It was a whirlwind, but I don't really care about Friday because I care about Thursday night, Mike.
Yes,
But
Thursday
it
night
is.
was a bash.
It has been fun. We're in the knockout stage. All the bad teams are out. All the good teams are in, and who would have thought that the U.S. is one of the good teams?
I mean, Vince, weren't they like in the top 10 to start this whole thing? Weren't they considered one of the best teams in their pool?
In their
as many would
pool,
say?
yeah, but they say that if you're the host team, they give you a good pool to play in.
Okay, got it. So they give you a shitty pool, not Donald's pool, but they give you a shitty pool.
No, Donald's pool is shitty, dude.
Well, once again, it would be fair. But I do agree that they may have put them in a lower pool because I don't know who the hell Bosnia, and I'm not even gonna
Herzegovina, I think it is.
And Herzegovina?
Yes.
Like, who runs
Okay,
Covina?
so what I
don't
learned,
get it.
Herzegovina is this little territory that's within Bosnia.
Okay.
That they have, it's kind of like the Vatican a little
Okay.
bit. They have their own independence. They're part of it. They all just agreed on it a long time ago, so they
Okay.
play together.
So
That's
it's
the
like
idea.
Ukraine and Russia in many ways.
No, God, no. Just
Well,
very
they do
different.
share a border. I'm just
Not a
throwing it out.
border. It's like a small little area. It's like the Vatican. You know, the Vatican's in Italy. It's basically Italy,
Yes,
but it's
it's
not. It's its own
technically
country.
Italy. Yes,
That's
correct.
essentially what that is too for Bosnia
So
and
it's
Herzegovina.
biblical.
Yes,
Okay.
not at all.
Oh,
No, just
all
the
right. It's just
conceptually. Yes.
I would
so
like to remind all of you that he got on me last week because I didn't know where the fuck Portugal
you thought
was.
Portugal was in South America.
I'm sorry. All these fucking people. Never mind. I'm not even.
Portugal's
gonna
an
go down that
old ass country, dog.
Yeah, Vince, I know, but then my brain goes Portuguese, and I think Brazil. So I don't know.
There's more people in Brazil than there are in Portugal. But
That's
regardless,
Fair, very fair.
regardless, we got a hell of a soccer match last night. I go
was
out.
great.
I go out. I have some fun. I watch it all.
You had it. You had it all.
U.S. team brutal red card.
Everybody's
Brutal
going
red card.
fucking nuts about the red card, but that doesn't drip into the next game.
Yes, it does.
What?
Yep, he doesn't get to play in the next game.
Seriously?
Balogun's out the next game because he got a red card.
So he's out the next game, so they can't play with him. Can they
Yep.
put somebody in to sub him?
Yes, they're not going to play with 10 guys, but he can't play.
So he's out for a game.
Yep.
What did he do? Did he step on a guy's?
They ran into it. His cleat went into his Achilles. Yeah, okay. You can probably call it a red card. But also, like, depends on who does it. Like, Messi did the same thing, and they didn't call it on Messi. And don't call it on him. He's my GOAT. But just, keep it consistent. That's the argument. He's been our star this year, especially with my boy Christian Pulisic not playing as well as you want him to, and him coming in with the
Good-looking
injury.
guy, by the way.
Hell of a handsome man, dude. I kept
these
calling
soccer,
him.
They're pretty.
I kept calling him my sweet boy yesterday. I was
Oh,
like, "Where's
okay.
my sweet boy?" And let him keep scoring.
my sweet boy?
I need him. That being said, I haven't felt like. I mean, I watch Newcastle all the time, but it's just a different thing when you're rooting for your country. it's, a lot of people that like don't really care about the whole America thing. We were all just jazzed for it. It was great. Now the U.S. goes on to play Belgium. We'll see how it goes. They're not as good as they've been in the past, which is a possible good thing for us as well.
Vince, I would say Belgium is quite good because I don't know if you caught this Belgium-Senegal game yesterday afternoon, but Belgium came back in the final 15 minutes to score 3 goals to win the game.
They did go down 2, though.
They were down 2 early,
right.
and that bled into 85 minutes, and they scored 2 goals to tie, and then it goes in extra time.
Well, it's just like Senegal let in 3 goals, too. So it depends.
Well, I understand that.
We'll see what happens.
I'm just saying, they also had a hell of a banger of a game on Friday night.
Listen, it is house money a little bit for the U.S. Everybody's into it. I want to keep seeing them win, dude. It's awesome to fun. It's fun to watch soccer. The World Cup is the best. If you're going to be a soccer fan, it's the best thing to watch. I'm jazzed. A couple things around the world as well. France beating Sweden. Guess who's good at soccer?
France.
And Kylian Mbappe is just good at soccer.
Kylian Mbappe is maybe the best soccer player of a generation.
England beats DR Congo. Guess who's good at soccer? England. And Harry Kane. Harry Kane, what a hoss.
Did you see the goal by Harry Kane?
I did. He's so good.
He was sideways to the ground.
Yeah.
And kicking a goal at aggressive speeds, I mean, it's impressive.
Also, they're hammering on my roof, so sorry if that's happening right now.
Nobody can hear it.
Maybe. We'll see.
Compression.
We'll see. Yeah, so that shit rocked, but I want to talk about our Viking, Mike.
Who's our Viking?
Erling Haaland. We talk about him every single week. Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe, in my opinion, right now, as young soccer stars, are the 2 best players in the world.
Do you want to know who would love Erling Haaland?
Who's that?
Dimitri
Wood, yes.
Dimitri, look up Erling Haaland.
Dimitri's more like Belarusian. He's over there. Erling Haaland is Norwegian.
Yes.
Speaking of Norway, so he scores 3. Erling Haaland helps Norway to win their first knockout win of all time, ever. His dad played for the team back in the day, too, so it's a cool story. I want to talk about them because have you seen the Viking Row?
The what?
The Viking Row.
Oh, yes, the Viking Row is lovely. I love these fans, by the way.
People in Oslo are all getting in order, in line, and they're all just rowing like they're rowing a Viking boat. Thousands of fans in Oslo are doing it. So much so. And I want to figure out how this happens. I don't know if it happened unbeknownst to this whole Viking Row thing or what, but their transit authorities had to take metro carriages out of service for repairs after fans were tearing down advertisements and denting carriage ceilings during the post-match revelry, as it says here.
Well, didn't they lose to Morocco?
They may have.
They lost to Morocco
in the first 3. You're saying?
Yeah, in the first 32, which means they're out. Correct?
Who? Norway?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay. Norway.
No, that's the Netherlands.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's
that was
blonde people. Forgive me.
That was fun. I will say, how do you feel about PKs at the end of a game?
PKs at the end of a game are very similar to like hockey penalty
shootouts, but they don't do shootouts in the playoffs. And I'm conflicted because PKs are fun as fuck.
Well, they're fun as fuck in soccer. They're also very fun in hockey. Vince disagrees with me, but
I don't think they're not fun. I just think it's not really
it's a guessing game.
If your team sucks and you make it all the way to the end of the game and no one scores against you, and you're like, all right, we're in PKs, then it's anybody's win. It's not like who's the better team. It's the better. God damn. It's the
after it.
It's the better player at the certain point, which kind of annoys me a little bit. But they end up winning it that way, and it was fun. But really, it's again, everybody's kind of playing on house money unless you're Brazil, who isn't as good as they've been in the past. They go and play Japan, and Japan was a fun team going into this, but Brazil's going to beat them every single time.
Absolutely.
And really, Paraguay, Germany, man. Germany is out. How?
Paraguay's good.
I know, but Germany's supposed to be good.
Well, Germany is not Belgium, so there you have it.
I know.
Even though their flags look of an aggressive villain.
And they're right next to each other, and they're basically the same thing, but it's just one way. It's flipped horizontal or vertical.
It's like the Italian flag and the Mexican flag. The Mexicans, they get the eagle.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, so
Italians don't need eagles.
Either way, we're moving on. I am jacked. We got about a week until the next American game. I think we're looking at round of 16 starts on July 4th, but I think the U.S. plays on Monday. So
We
less
do
than a week.
play Monday, and it is going to be a game against Belgium. There is no doubt about it.
I'm actually really jacked about this because I think Canada-Mexico is going to be fun because Mexico's been sneaky awesome this whole World Cup.
Mexico's very good at soccer. Vince.
And England is really good at losing in this round or the round of 8 or the quarterfinals. And, England's the king, patron saint of soccer across the world. It's the whole thing. And they just can't seem to win one. So it'd be fun to watch that happen again.
Great.
In reality, though, it's like France or Spain, France or Spain, France or Spain. I want to see Erling Haaland and Norway win again against Brazil. Brazil's not as good as they've been in the past, but who knows? And outside of that, Canada, Morocco, you guys have fun. It's just, right now I'm U.S. coded, man. Outside of that stupid-ass pool.
Well, let's not forget Spain, man. I mean,
That's what I said.
Good. They win 3-0 today against Austria.
Spain is so good.
Portugal is left to play today against Croatia and Switzerland and Algeria. In this
or
round of 32.
Ronaldo's old and whatever.
And the rest of this is just, in my opinion, it seems to be France, England, Norway, U.S., and I mean, you can never disagree with the fact that Brazil's going to be in it. Spain's also going to be in it.
It's Spain or France, and everybody else is playing a different game. That's what it feels like. But Spain is probably the best in the world. But anything can happen.
Mexico, if they win, I'm just saying, if they even get to the final 8, for them, in my opinion, that's a win.
Mexico rules. They've had such a good World Cup. They rule.
They've been having a great World Cup, and they play Sunday against England. That's about to be a banger of a game. And don't count out Argentina as well. So, considering just the Messi factor.
Considering they have the best player to ever play soccer, no question.
That's very true. That's very true. Now, where is Ronaldo playing in Spain?
He's Portuguese.
Portuguese. Okay,
yeah.
there you go.
Which,
is not in South America, for the record.
It isn't. Yeah, it's famously not. Yes.
Famously not in South America, for the record.
The Croatians are a hell of a team, too, though. I don't know. Portugal is an interesting team. If he plays within his bounds and doesn't try to take over the game at his ripe age, they're gonna be okay. But we'll see what happens here. As far as I'm concerned, going into the round of 16, it'll all be done by the time we record next. I'll take Canada over Morocco. I'll take France over Paraguay. I'll take Norway over Brazil, even though probably not, but that's what I want. I'll take England over Mexico, unfortunately. Spain's going to win. The U.S. is going to win. And then those other 2 matchups are not yet announced yet.
Only where I'm different in this whole thing is Mexico. I think for England, this is the best team they've played the entire round.
Let's go.
So I like Mexico in this. So
ruin their goals again, England. You can't do it.
I would love, though, if England and the U.S. could meet at some point, just because it's like the battle of the redcoats.
That'll rule.
Yeah.
But also, like, every single team has some vendetta against England at this point. Like,
well, it could be something.
It's either England or Spain. Like, really, Spain were the bigger colonizers more than anything, So
yeah,
I'm sure
fair.
Paraguay wants to go up and fuck up Spain.
Let's not forget the Inquisition.
That's what I'm saying.
USA versus Belgium, to double click in on this in a very corporate saying.
Yeah.
The fact that we're going to be basically a 50-50 split.
It's an even matchup.
There's a 30% split here that we could be going into extra time.
No thanks.
Also considering we're down one of our better players because of the red card.
Best striker this goddamn World Cup because of an accidental Achilles kick. It's garbage.
Well, okay. But once again, we're a little biased because I don't know if you saw the Belgian game. There was a card for a penalty shot against who'd they play again?
Belgium in round of 32?
Belgium in round of 32.
They were up against Senegal.
So there was a last-minute penalty there that decided the game on a penalty shot that brought them up 3-2. So there's always the balance you play with these games. There's always calls that are going to go different ways, very similar to football. So, in my opinion, this game's going to be closer than most.
Get a Pulisic goal in. That's what I want. But it's going to be fun. Keep watching it, kids. It's honestly great when we have not a lot of sports going on that this is happening right now. So
I would not disagree. Now, Vince, there's a guy on Team Belgium. I believe it's Doku, who's been getting comps to Leonard Fournette. I don't know if you've seen this.
Physically?
Or is it Mane?
Physically, I don't know any of this.
Okay. Oh yeah. So Leonard Fournette has literally been on the socials saying, I scored 2 goals today.
He's my twin. I love that, dude.
So he
Playoff Lenny.
literally has a doppelganger within the soccer world.
That
and
rules.
He's on Belgium.
That rules.
So that could be a thing.
Other than that, no positive Belgium talk. We're going to take him down.
Lenny
We're going to end
Fournette
it.
out.
We're going to
Lenny
end
Fournette
it.
out.
We're going
All
to
right.
end it.
Speaking of American sports,
Yeah, baby.
Vince, the White Sox are still in first place.
Still in first place, man. We have to announce it every single time. What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. You just won
You pray for 'em.
3 series in a row,
Yep.
which you love to see. We just can't seemingly get a sweep, which is a scotch concerning.
It's fine.
But the Guardians are on a scotch of a slide.
Yeah, I know.
The Guardians have dropped like 4 of their past 10,
Yeah.
which is a big deal.
4 and 6 in the last 10.
4
That'll
and
do.
6 in their last 10. They've not been playing very good. They've had some rookie mistakes where they have, a rookie left fielder throwing the ball into the outfield or throwing the ball into the stands with 2 outs,
Yeah,
scoring a run
bad.
against the Rangers,
Can't do that.
dropping a game in late innings. Meanwhile, the White Sox just go through these up and down turns where, depending on who's shoving that day, it just depends how many runs.
Are we going to score 22 runs or are we going to lose 6-1? That's really what we're looking at.
Let's talk about Friday night.
Yeah.
So on Friday night, June 26th, the White Sox proceeded to score 22 runs, in efforts of a lot of guys who were just tearing the cover off the ball.
Yep.
Let's go down the lineup. Sam Antonacci, 5 at-bats, 3 hits, 2 runs scored, 1 base on balls. Miguel Vargas, 6 at-bats, 3 hits, 5 RBIs, 1 home run. Let's go here. Andrew Benintendi, 4 at-bats, 2 hits, and a homer. And then let's talk about our king, Kyle Teal. 5 at-bats, 2 hits.
That's
and
his
a
welcome
homer.
back game. Benintendi is funny. I've been talking to people about this. He is the if your team is good, so am I guy.
Mm-hmm.
And if your team is bad, so am I guy. Like, he plays poorly on bad teams and he's good on good teams. Since the beginning of his Red Sox career, he was good on the Red Sox. Everybody's like, holy shit. Goes to the Royals. Royals aren't very good either is he. Comes to the White Sox. White Sox aren't very... Or goes to the Yankees, same thing. White Sox, same thing. Now they're good again. Oh, shit, Benintendi's good at baseball again. I'll take it. Fine with
It's all
me.
because Sam Antonacci put the white piece of tape on his left ear. And then after that...
He's been playing his ass off.
He's been playing like a dog. Sam Antonacci's a grinder. You love to see it. He hit a walk-off last week against the Guardians as well, which is
ruled.
huge for this team because
ruled.
chances are we are going to see them in a wild card round.
Fingers crossed, knock on wood.
Who I'd really like to talk about in this instance is Tristan Peters.
Yeah.
Tristan Peters on Friday night, 5 at-bats,
Banana
3
man.
hits, 6 RBIs, and a home run. This man, since he's gotten on the White Sox, has had a complete renaissance of a career.
It's Banana
I love
Man,
to
dude.
see it.
I love Banana Man.
Now, Vince, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the Cubs.
Yeah, they're on a tear. PCA is a hell of a player.
Being 9-1 in their last 10, Dansby Swanson can hit the baseball again. He's
Yep.
hitting like 500 in his past 6 games, and they just sweeped the San Diego Padres at home.
With 23 runs.
And they are trying to put up a little competition of who can score more runs in Chicago. They scored 23 runs yesterday
Badass.
against the San Diego Padres.
So badass, dude. Whatever, man. It's fun for the city. They're playing well. Thank God they're not in town right now because it would have made it so much harder to park. But no, it's PCA's playing better. Dansby Swanson's been hearing everybody talk shit, and he's like, I'm going to just put 3 out today. 1 against a position player doesn't count, some people would ask. Still a lot of pitchers injured, but seemingly it doesn't matter. 9-1 in their last 10. They need it. They're still 9-1 in their last 10. Brewers go 7-3. They're still 5 games behind the Brewers because the Brewers are on a tear. So it's like you're going to need to keep on keeping on. You're just going to need to keep doing it.
Vince, speaking of the Brewers, I was at a Brewers game
Yeah.
on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I would like to point out that is the hottest stadium on the planet.
It's also been like 95 degrees every day.
I've never been hotter at a
Yeah.
baseball game in my life. Shout out to the Club Series there. Great place to watch a ball game. I'd also love just to shout out to the wonderful people of Wisconsin.
Yeah, they're nice.
You are the sweetest human beings on the planet.
They are nice.
That's really all I have to
Yeah.
say about the Brewers. But you can tell lowest payroll in baseball. They manufacture runs. They pitch really well. And it's also a lot of guys you've really never heard about.
They always do that, dude. That's their like number one thing.
I understand, but they go into a series where, okay, the Cubs now get 2 from them. Cubs sweep the Padres, going into a weekend series against the St. Louis Cardinals, where this could seemingly, depending on what the Brewers do in their next 5, this could shore up the division for the Cubs. They're not out.
5 games, though. 5 games is a lot to come back from if the team's playing well on the other end, you know?
Okay, let's look at the Brewers. They drop 1 today against the Reds.
Yep.
Good news for the Cubs. And then they come to Mike's neck of the woods in AZ to play a Diamondbacks on a 3-game set.
Who are a pretty good team this year.
And then they go to St. Louis to play the Cardinals.
It's just they have a knack to, I would take the Brewers probably in all those games if I was a betting man. So that's the thing. It's like they're not. It's
just the going west part and coming back part that I think could give you some pause.
Like Kevin Garnett, dude. Anything is possible.
Jason Tatum said that too.
Yeah, he took it from him. Some garbage. Text Kobe.
Now, to jump to the south side of the city, the White Sox have a 3-game set going on in Cleveland this week.
Please go off.
We are in a great position to say, all right, let's really shore up this division. We should get Munetake Murakami back after the All-Star break, which could mean mountains for this team.
They should abolish the MLB All-Star game.
Why?
Have you seen the voting?
No. Haven't seen a peek of the voting. I don't think I've voted on an All-Star game.
We talk about it every single year. Change how we do it.
What do we got to change?
The fan vote for All-Stars is stupid. What? There are right now in the AL, there are 5 Toronto Blue Jays winning because the Blue Jays have the entire country of Canada. So Canada just goes out and votes for all their guys, and they're just going to start in the All-Star game. Not the best players. Statistically, definitely not the best players. A bunch of people across the board, and Canada's just sweeping it because they have the most fans. That's a bullshit way to...
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
It's stupid.
Should we get a players' vote involved?
I think it should only be a players' vote, or it should be best statistical. Find a stat, go by it. Best statistical player plays in the position.
That's fair. That Toronto, I mean, they cover the entire.
They have a whole country, and I know Canada doesn't care as much about baseball, but it's not parsed out by Sox, Cubs fans, Yankees, Mets fans, Red Sox fans. It's Canada versus America.
I understand that. I mean,
Vlad should not be starting the All-Star game this year. Ben Rice should.
He's been dog shit.
Ben Rice should be starting the All-Star game, and Vlad's going to win it. It's stupid.
That's very true.
You know it's dumb if I'm fighting for a Yankees player.
Would you vote to bring the Expos back?
Yeah, I've always wanted that. They had the coolest jerseys.
Sickest gear of all time.
Yeah.
So how would you want the voting to look, Vince?
I just have a stat.
Okay.
And go by it.
Base it off the stats.
Yes.
Similar to like Pro Bowl voting.
Yeah, or equal out F WAR and B WAR, right? Baseball Reference WAR. Whoever has the highest WAR in the year plays the position. That's fine. There'll still be arguments on it, but it's a lot better than just being like the whole of Canada is just going to get 15 players in the All-Star game every year. It's stupid.
That's a very fair statement. I wouldn't disagree with that.
It's dumb.
Maybe do they break it out per region where they make less of the votes count in Toronto, considering they're not a part of the
do a weighted vote? Or do like a 20% weighted vote, 20% coach vote, and then do the stat as the other 50%.
Or player vote too. Maybe that's involved.
25, 50, whatever it is. It's just stats need to come into play here, or every single year Vlad's just going to start. And they're going to be like, he was an all-star every year. It's like, yeah, he had a lot of fans. That is not what an all-star is.
Very true. Well, we will have to put in our words to them to say, listen, you're doing it wrong.
Hey, Manfred, listen to me.
Hey, Manfred, you're doing it wrong. Go take notes from your boy Seelig on Seelig Way.
Yeah. Not Kennesaw Mountain Landis. Fuck that guy.
Vince, do we have the Wheel of Death? We
do, and I'm going to put it in right here because we already spun it. Here we go. Bum boom ba-dum cha boom ba-dum boom shabba-doo ba boo ba. Twins, yay!
Yeah, it's the Twins. Snaps for the Twins.
Twins low-key went on a little bit of a tear the last 3 weeks.
Okay.
Went down a little bit on it. They're 42-46. Earlier in the season, it was like Twins, Tigers, Royals all suck. They've made a significant dent between them and the Tigers. Tigers still playing poorly, but 5-5 in the last 10 for the Twins. Byron Buxton trade talks, that's a big thing. Joe Ryan trade talks, they said they're not going to get rid of him. I don't know how you feel if you're a Twins fan. They've been okay for so long.
You're essentially 500 on the year. You're 42-46. You're 4.5 games back. You're 5-5 of your last 10. This team's been playing very well as of recent, to your point.
Yep.
Joe Ryan has been their ace.
Yep.
Has 113 strikeouts on the season, lowest ERA on the team. And then you got Byron Buxton, who's been healthy for once.
Yeah.
And he shows why he's Byron Buxton.
Yep.
Leads the team in hits, 25 home runs, continues to be the big club's biggest offensive threat, and then the rest of it is just kind of like, eh.
Victor Caratini kind of found his bat.
Yep.
Cody Clemens has been pretty good here as far as power is concerned. He's got 14 on the season. It's just not a lot to write home about. It's like one of those teams where you get it and you're like, okay, we can talk about it, but like, why would we?
Well, do they call up their top prospect in Walker Jenkins?
Sure.
Considered to be, one of their top 40 prospects. Somebody, if you look at their entire team, could be something.
Sure, man.
So, I mean, he could be a nice addition in the middle of their lineup that could make a difference. But once again, is that going to get you over the hump to beat the Guardians? No. Is that going to get you over the hump to beat the White Sox? That sounds so nice
awesome.
to say.
It's so awesome.
Considering the Twins have eaten our lunch for the past,
I
don't know.
I know. Like, honestly, if you, outside of Buxton, if you were like, hey, name a really good twin in the last 15 years, I'd still be like, Justin Morneau, Torrey Hunter, Joe Mauer.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we can't forget. I mean, Buxton was a part of that group for a minute.
They've been undeniably whatever for years. And
they looked like they were going to make a run in the 2019 to 2022 saga,
yep.
And then they fell off a cliff.
That's what it is. And now you look at the team and you're like, okay, who are your valuable guys? Trevor Larnach's the man. You got young second baseman Luke Koiskal. I don't know. I never know how to say his name. Cody Clemens is good. Other than that, it's like you probably got to get rid of Buxton. If you're thinking about trading, they're not going to probably buy at the deadline.
You can't trade Byron Buxton. He has a no trade clause.
But if he waives it, you got to. He
said he will never waive it.
Will never waive it.
He claimed he's been on record of saying that he will never.
He's just going to be a twin for life. Everybody says that though, and then it's like, hey, do you want to go to the Yankees? And he'll be like, yeah, actually.
Now the White Sox with Byron Buxton, that would be insane. But you'd probably have to give up a haul.
We would never
ring the bell.
No thanks. I'm all good on the Byron Buxton. That's like trading for Paul George,
Now, I would like to point out that the Twins tried to sell their team like 3 years ago or 2 years ago to an Ishbia brother, and he decided just to buy a piece of the White Sox.
No, the Target family said, we're not selling it. We take back what we said. And he said, fuck you, I'm going to buy the White Sox.
Perfect, which we love to see.
Thank you.
Thank you. Since that happened, good things have happened.
Preach. Basketball, Michael.
Basketball, Vince.
Basketball's happening.
Give me the ball because I'm going to dunk it.
It's one of the most fun times media-wise for basketball. It's when all these people are on the move. Lots of things. Number one, JP Morgan trash can girl. JP Morgan's back in the news because everybody's saying this too. So they made Knicks-themed basketball. They made Knicks-themed trash cans for the parade.
We're sick.
Everybody knew, they were awesome. Everybody knew everybody was going to try to steal one of them. This girl caught on video stealing a trash can, running away with it. Bada bing, bada boom. Works for JP Morgan. Gets caught. Gets fired from that job.
Listen, if you're in corporate America and you're going to commit a crime, make sure nobody's watching.
Have a mask on.
Also, make sure, of all cities, to wear one of the surgical masks so nobody can identify who you are.
Or put on a shiesty, lady.
What's even crazier is this lady was like the chief officer of like inclusion.
Yeah.
And
she got caught up in the vibes, dude. I mean, there's considerable vibes in a parade.
She was dragging a trash can behind her towards the subway.
You've been to a championship parade, you have?
No.
You didn't go to any Blackhawks ones?
I've been to the White Sox one.
Oh, okay, but you were so young, yeah.
I was a chubby little
you get caught in the wave of the celebration and the parade, and you get in there and everybody's yelling, you're having a good time, and you're like, you know what, this is my trash can.
I guess.
But also, you're going to get fired. It's bad PR, inclusion officer. Like, what are we doing?
It's bad PR, and just the crazy move. Like, if you were going to make this heist work, and you stuffed it in an alley or in a dumpster.
Yeah.
All right. And then you came back later to get said trash can. You probably would have got away with it.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't do that.
She knew somebody else was going to take it,
The fact that the amount of effort that she took to do this, I mean, listen, she probably lifts weights. I don't know if anybody's seen a picture of her. She doesn't look to be the type. Okay,
it's a big lady.
Seems to be a hat with ears lady.
Big lady.
But I would just simply say that, hey, God bless her. It's probably the most exercise she got all year.
And she has a lot more time to do so because she doesn't have a job.
Well, this just goes to show you, don't take property that's not yours.
That's really it.
You will have a job.
That's really it.
Great things.
Mike, I don't know what this new free throw rule is at all.
Oh. So speaking of new things in sports, and probably somebody might lose their job, but the NBA has announced that in the summer leagues, they will have a new look with 2 new features being tested. The test will come 1 free throw rule and a connected basketball with embedded sensors at this month's summer leagues in Northern California, Salt Lake, and Las Vegas. The 1 free throw rule will award 1 free throw for any foul that would typically result in 1, 2, or 3 free throws under standard NBA rules. That free throw attempt will be worth the same total number of points.
Oh, I hate that.
As the free throw it replaces. This will take place until the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter and throughout overtime when standard NBA free throw rules would apply. The 1 free throw rule has been used by NBA G League since 2019 and 2020 to improve game flow. Okay. The NBA will also test a connected basketball that contains an embedded sensor to detect contact with the ball. The league says the ball will provide data that will be collected to support future officiating applications, such as the last touch of out-of-bounds calls. The sensor does not affect weight, feel, or capability of the basketball.
Yeah, better not. I'm cool with the chip. The free throw thing's kind of stupid.
You want to know what I relate this to?
What?
When the MLB put a pitch clock in, because the fucking free throws are the longest part of the game.
That's true, but it's just like, if you get fouled on the 3, you got to shoot 3. It reminds me more of the ghost runner on second base than it does the pitch clock, because it's like, oh, you're just gonna do this and just give them 3 points for 1 free throw. That's stupid.
All an effort to create bigger speed of game.
Yeah, but then it's the strategy to
and that's why.
Hack Mitchell Robinson every single time is gone now.
Well, I understand that,
if he
but
makes
then
1.
The amount of pressure to hit that 1 free throw
is a lot higher. That's
true.
It's a lot higher. That's true.
So now you got 1 shot at it as opposed to 3, which could change things like crazy.
I think it's fine. I mean, it's fine. It's the summer league. They're going to try it out. I don't think they're going to put this in the NBA anytime soon.
I think you could see it in the next 4 to 5 years, because think of ABS in baseball. Think of the runner.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see this in the NBA in the next 5 years. The attention span of the American public has gotten less and less and less and less, over the past decade.
No question.
Thanks to these things.
The worst things in the world.
Yes. So disconnect from the world.
Don't like them.
Good things usually happen.
Don't like them.
As we sit with 3 fucking screens in front of us.
3?
Yeah. 1, 2,
I thought we were counting that too. I'm like, there's 4, and we got a camera pointing at us, and there's also a TV and
all the screens.
There's
millennial.
I have a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in my house right now.
And now we counted Vince's screens, kids. What goes on those screens? That's a different topic for a different day. Sports.
You nasty son of a gun.
Sports. Yeah. Sports.
You nasty son of a gun.
Sports. No Livy Dune in there.
Dune? Like Timothy Chalamet in the Space Odyssey?
Oh, yeah. Great flick.
June. No, but the real story right now is NBA trades and free agency. It's happening. And the number 1 conversation, you could say, probably the number 2 conversation, because that trade happened. That happened yesterday. Was insane. But LeBron James notified the Lakers that they can continue making their plans without him. He is going to a different franchise to presumably end his career, you would imagine. I don't know if you saw the timing on him doing it. Did you see this?
He was in Cleveland.
No, not where he was, but I'm saying the day he decided to do it.
Oh, didn't his kid get a guaranteed contract?
Bronny James's contract was officially guaranteed the day before he told the Lakers he wasn't going to be it. You can say whatever you want, but he's a hell of a dad.
Where's my dad?
Where's my dad? I'm all alone.
His dad's gone, but he got paid. So
that kid, he got a couple mil in the bank now, and he's like, all right, cool, I'm out of here.
Like he needed it?
Why not? Make your own money. I don't think that Bronny James Jr. is a good NBA player by any means, but if as a dad, I respect the move, being like,
Respect it.
pay my kid, and I'm still going to do whatever I want.
All right, Vince, where does he go?
That's the question.
That's the biggest question. If you had to throw a dart today and you're like, this is my prediction.
I'm going to take your question and I'm going to expound on it because I'm going to go with places he is probably going to go, places I want him to go, and places I really don't want him to go.
Go for it.
Where he's going to go is probably Golden State.
Makes no sense.
It makes a little bit of sense.
Okay.
They're an older team. They have Steph. They got Jimmy. Draymond opts out, which allows them to give a little bit more cap space to sign a guy like him. Draymond is suckled on the teat of LeBron James for years now. Where do I not want him to go? Golden State. I think LeBron James in a Golden State uniform is gross, and they had so many battles. There's no reason he should be on that team. But it would be cool just as like a book ending to be like, oh, Steph and LeBron play together. Okay, whatever. Where else he could go? I could see him going to Washington if this whole he wants to play with AD thing is real. I don't really know. And also put AD on the Warriors with Porzingis, who's always injured, Jimmy Butler, who's injured a lot now. Like, it's just going to be an injury-prone team all over the place. So maybe Washington, that'd be funny. Probably Cleveland. Just go back and do it one more time and say sayonara. Try to win again. That team's good enough. You can do it there. That's where I want him to go. Where I don't want him to go is I don't want him to go to Miami, play with Giannis. That's stupid. Don't go back there. I want him to go to Cleveland. I do not want him to go to the Warriors.
What if he pulls like a complete 180 and goes to the Spurs?
That would suck too.
Veteran presence.
That's bullshit.
On a very young team.
No, because then he's gonna get 6 and be like, "You won 6." I'm like, did he? On the Spurs, they were in the. It's a Kevin Durant move, really.
Well,
that's all that is.
Can't blame him.
He can. If he's going to be that guy, then go to a team that wasn't in the finals last year. It's like him going to the Knicks. That'd be stupid. I think the funniest thing that he could do is go to Memphis.
It's all hearsay. He probably will not go to Memphis. That's like
no, he's not
gonna.
Go but remember when he was on that golf show and I forgot who it was. Whatever. He was on a golf show, like a YouTube show, and he was like, "Yeah, so I don't have to fly to Memphis." 4 times a year or whatever. He's like, I hate that hotel. That'd be so funny if he moved there.
I agree with your landing spots. I do believe it's either go home or do nothing. I do believe with that team, with Donovan Mitchell and where they're at and Harden, he could probably piece in real quickly.
Yeah.
I just don't think he would want Harden there because I don't think he could play with him.
I tend to agree with you, but also they'd probably do anything to James Harden if they can get LeBron James back.
Sure,
in
I'm sure they would definitely drop James Harden quickly.
And he's friends with the assistant GM since childhood and all this random shit. I feel like
makes a lot of sense.
I feel like he's gonna go to the Warriors. I think that's the number 1 spot for him, and I think he probably will.
Now, does Jimmy Butler remain on that team?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so that's
you go Steph. I mean, it's a sick lineup, especially if this was 10 years ago. Okay, you go Steph, LeBron, Jimmy Butler, Porzingis, and Draymond.
Where does Draymond fit in all this other than to just get rebounds?
Yeah.
All right.
Why does he need to score?
Yeah, he doesn't score.
He doesn't need to.
Yeah. I don't think he's been a scorer since his year, what was it, 2?
He was making threes back in the day. I don't know what the hell happened to him. It
just seems like the Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce team that was on the Brooklyn Nets. It was just the oldest team in existence, and that's what I believe this to be. And I don't think they're going to win.
I just think he wants to compete.
I get it, but that team doesn't get past OKC. That team doesn't get past the Spurs. Not in the West. There's no chance.
I don't see it either. But he's going to go somewhere where he wants to compete. Probably going to be the East, but. The Lakers said, okay, we're going to change it up then. We're going to make the whitest team of all time.
The whitest team in existence. They are now known as the Great White Hype. There are more white guys on the LA Lakers now than I think ever.
Their projected starting lineup, I think, is fully white now. I think they signed Colin Sexton, which is fun.
That's great.
But they end up getting Walker Kessler from the Jazz. I think that's a good move. They end up getting Mamoukelashvili, I think, and he ends up slotting in. He's also a white man. Luka, Austin Reeves signs that big deal. I don't know. They can maybe compete a little bit, but it's just you lose LeBron, it sucks. I think LeBron was just like, this was Kobe's team, and I come here and I'm not getting the respect that I wanted to get before. So they got Quentin Grimes still. Austin Reeves, like all those guys that were good for them relatively. But it's just like if you wanted to compete, the Lakers were competing. So
I don't know. Luka's just got to feel like, what are you doing to me?
kind of, but also he's going to be in LA for the rest of his career. So he's probably going to have another team around him at some point to compete against.
Kessler, only played like 5 games
Yeah,
last year?
but he is good at basketball.
Okay.
He's a good player. If he gets to where he wants to get, I think it's going to end up working out. But yeah, there you go. Mamush Kelishvili, Walker Kessler, Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes is the only one that has melanin in his skin in that entire lineup for the Lakers. It's just funny.
Insane. Now
For like one of the most diverse cities in the country.
I will say this: if you're an NBA GM, do not pick up the phone for Danny Ainge because Danny Ainge will fleece you. Because
Yeah.
what the Lakers gave up 4 first-round picks for this?
For Walker Kessler?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking
I mean, and he's good. It's just, yeah. And especially when you compare it to, and let's move on to it, another trade that went down the other day where the Celtics traded Jaylen Brown to essentially neighbors and playoff rivals, Philadelphia 76ers, for 2 picks and Paul George. This is my thoughts.
What are you thinking?
This is my thoughts. The Celtics threw Jaylen Brown's name out there during the Giannis sweepstakes. They didn't end up winning it. Jaylen Brown, say what you will about him, had a hell of a year last year. Jason Tatum comes back. They don't play as well as they have been the entire year. I think they expected to get more out of it. They essentially said, hey, like, we want like VJ Edgecombe and we want 5 picks with this. And, oh yeah, and Tobias Harris, forgot he went to Spurs. They wanted 5 picks in VJ Edgecombe, and they end up getting down to Paul George and 2 picks for Jaylen Brown, who's a top 10 player in the league right now. That is crazy work, and it essentially, in my head, turns the Sixers into a team where you're like, holy shit, because they went further than they thought they were going to last year, and now they have Maxey, who's the leader of the team, Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown, fill in a power forward. If he's healthy, Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid's the 3rd option on the team. That's how you win.
Joel Embiid, if he's healthy, is always the biggest question.
And he was good in the playoffs when he came back.
Well, I get it.
Yeah. They beat the Celtics. Remember that?
I just don't understand, like, why do this? You had 2 of the best. Why wouldn't you just wait for the best deal possible?
I think it's like you start peeing and you can't really stop peeing once you start peeing. They already put them out there. Like, you can't really cut it off and then go pee somewhere else or keep them.
It hurts to cut
be
off
like,
the stream.
And be like, actually, I'm going to
God.
keep this pee in me. It's like, no, you already started the stream.
Why
kid.
wouldn't you have tried to go get, like, Ja Morant or something? That would have made the most sense.
Maybe, but now he's a jailblazer, so.
I understand he's a trailblazer. Another trade that you were like, okay, yeah, maybe he needs to go to,
they were gonna
capital of the world.
They were gonna do it, yeah. It's got, I think, per capita has the most strip clubs in the U.S. though, so good for him.
Portland does?
Yeah, I think so.
No, he'll fit in just fine.
I think so.
I just, once again, the Celtics must know something more than we do because I guess you have an idea with Jason Tatum and Paul George. Maybe you just want Paul George to be like the superstar role player for Tatum.
It's just he's 36.
It's just doesn't.
You get him 2 years of control instead of Jaylen Brown being a free agent. I think they wanted to get something for him before he leaves. It's just you really thought they can go back on it. And they made a couple ancillary moves, and you're like, okay, they go out and they picked up Mitchell Robinson from the Knicks. You're like, all right, cool. It's just, I don't know. You look at the teams and you're like, wow, no question about it. The Philadelphia 76ers fleeced the Celtics. And now they're going to play them a lot because they're in the same division. They're going to play them in the playoffs. I think the Sixers lineup right now is equal, if not better, than the Celtics lineup. And Jason Tatum's really going to have to show if he's the number 1 guy on the team. That's really all it is.
Well, last year wouldn't have made the most sense if your plan was to trade him at the trade deadline.
You'd think, but they were playing so well, Mike. Like,
I get it, but you hypothetically weren't going to come back and win it all with Jason Tatum, who's playing at 80%.
I mean, they could have. They were second in the East. They did not sell high on him. They put him in a situation, and it was probably like, hey, after the Giannis thing, you're floating his name out there. It's just like, all right, well then, fucking get rid of me.
Sell high. When in doubt.
It's just so funny. But what I found the other day, I was laughing. Paul George has been in a lot of trades. He's been in a lot of big trades. The trade over to OKC, the trade over to the Clippers. People that traded for Paul George, the people that were traded for him, makes an elite team. You get Shea, MVP.
Shane.
Jaylen Brown, Domantas Sabonis, who's an all-star, Victor Oladipo, and Danilo Gallinari, 7 first-round picks and 4 pick swaps, all for different Paul George trades throughout his career. Paul George, good NBA player. His value is the highest anybody's ever been, ever. The amount of stuff that people have got for him. And I cannot believe, Mike, that the Sixers also got shit for Paul George. I can't believe they got anything for him. It's unbelievable.
They got one of the best players in the NBA.
It's unbelievable to me.
I mean,
it's crazy.
To your point, fleece of the century.
Fleeced.
I can't get it, but
the only way they're not is if Jaylen Brown gets injured next year and he doesn't re-sign. That's the only way they don't get.
On top of this, 7 first-round picks and 4 pick swap, like it's
all together in his career. It's really unbelievable. It's really unbelievable.
But to stay in the East, Vince, the Bulls continue to build.
Dude, they're fun. I like what he's doing. Last year, it was like trade guys for second-round draft picks, and you're like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this to ourselves? They made a concerted effort this year they picked twice in the first round. We talked about them last week. They trade out of the second round. They go out and they get Nick Claxton, where you're like, this is huge. They're like, hey, we don't have any veteran help. Let's go out and get an efficient 21 per game guy and Norman Powell to play shooting guard. Hell of a shooter, spaces the floor for Josh Giddey and Buzelis and Wilson and Claxton, where these guys aren't the best shooters in the world. He's long and he's strong, dude. And you still have Noah Sengwe, and he's, put 2 inches on or whatever, or 3 inches on since the last time he played. I don't know, man. I think it's kind of awesome. They're not going to be amazing next year, but I think they're on the track to be better. And they're on the track to be within the lottery odds that they're changing next year to be in a spot to get a first pick again.
If you could add a lottery pick to this draft next year to this team that seemingly is on pace to potentially be something in the East beyond an 8 seed, for me, that's great. If you could progressively be better in the next 5 years under Tiago Splitter and under this new management.
Bryson Graham.
Things are starting to make sense, which is huge. Caleb Wilson, if he's going to be healthy and this team could play together,
I'm so bought in. I think Caleb Wilson's going to be so good. And it's bad because who knows? But I'm so bought in. And I've watched so many things and so many people talk about it. And he's such an athlete. And he's clearly like a good kid. Like, I am so bought in on Caleb Wilson. I think he's going to be awesome.
Well, he's said everything right to this stage and said, I want to be better than any other player that's come out of North Carolina ever, a.k.a. Michael Jordan.
Kobe White, Yeah,
Kobe White. But I do believe that, hey, you got to have that mentality if you're going to be great. And let's have it. Let's get this kid in the mix, and hopefully this Bulls team can do it. I think the addition of the veteran shooting guard makes a lot of sense.
Norman Powell, yeah. He's a good player. And you get a guy over 30 because the rest of the team isn't. Moving on to a different team, probably the weirdest trade. LaMelo Ball gets sent to the Timberwolves in a move that I don't entirely understand for either side, where it's like LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards as a combo is weird to me. And also the Hornets were playing really well last year, and Con Knipple. Now Con Knipple's the best player on their team.
You mean Con the Nipple?
Yes, correct.
Con the Nipple.
From Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Corrected.
It's Anthony Edwards gets a shooter. He gets another all-star. I just think Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, and LaMelo Ball is such a funny combination of people to play on a team together. The only thing that I saw that made me laugh, maybe the hardest I've ever laughed with seeing a tweet, is you get paternity test, driving test, and COVID test all on the same team.
You love it.
Rudy Gobert started COVID. Anthony Edwards be making babies. LaMelo Ball can't drive a car safely. 100%.
He's had a lot of injuries in his short time in the league. So
who's that?
LaMelo Ball.
He has, yeah. But also, I mean, like, I was talking to my brother about this. Like, he's like a 25-5 guy every single year of his entire career. Yeah, he ran the entire team. His usage rate was really high. I'm interested to see how he plays in a system. He's a very good passer. I would call him unselfish, but he always has to have the ball in his hands. So I don't know how it's going to work. But, I mean, the alpha dog's Anthony Edwards, and he's going to make it known right away. And they can win with this team. He just needs to be more efficient, and maybe with less touches, he is more efficient because he does just launch the ball up there like all the time.
Yeah, for me, I To your point, I think it's great for the Timberwolves. Don't know really what it does for
The Hornets.
the Hornets
Yeah.
long term, but Naz Reid, I guess, is him.
Well, so yeah, it's Naz Reid is a good player, and I think he's going to be good. It's just LaMelo Ball's an all-star. LaMelo Ball's good. LaMelo Ball is probably not the number one guy on a team, and I want to see how he plays within the system.
What I'm so confused with this whole offseason is why these long picks of 2033 and 2035, and it's like, are you trying to compete in a decade, or are you trying to compete now?
Well, think about who you're trading with.
Yeah, true.
If you're going to trade with the Timberwolves, you don't want to get 2027.
True.
They're going to get to the Western Conference Finals or the semis next year, and they're going to have like the 23rd pick.
So you're banking on when all the contracts are
Everything
over.
goes down. They're not good anymore, and then you're going to get those picks after that. That's the idea.
Yeah, mortgage in the future to potentially be there in the future.
You want to know why that happened? It's because of the Boston Celtics and the Oklahoma City Thunder, because they did that shit to perfection, and now they're reaping benefits off of it until they trade Jaylen Brown for
Everybody's trying to be
an
OKC,
old man
right?
too. That's it. My favorite move of the offseason, Kawhi Leonard to Toronto. Welcome back to the Raptors. Sick.
This is because he doesn't want to get arrested for the tree heist,
It's
right?
he literally ran away from the U.S. during a RICO case.
He was like, I mean, it's brilliant.
It rules.
I mean, L.A. receives Brandon Ingram, Grady
Yep.
Dick, 2 unprotected first-round picks in 2087, 1 first-round pick swap, and 2 second-round picks.
Second-round picks do not matter in the NBA unless you get one guy, and it's Nikola Jokic. So
There you go.
who cares about that stuff? Brandon Ingram's a good player. Kawhi Leonard's a better player. Grady Dick, give or
Grady
take.
Dick.
Those first round draft picks, we'll see what happens. But I don't know, dude. The Raptors were surprisingly good last year. Scotty Barnes is a hell of a player. Kawhi Leonard had one of the best seasons of his career last year. RJ Barrett's still on the team. I'm a little sweet on the Raptors next year, to be
If
honest.
Kawhi can go play like 2019 Kawhi,
If he could play like he
bought
did
in.
last year, dude, he was one of the most efficient players on the court, and he played the majority of the season for the first time in a couple years.
ever.
Him on the Clippers is completely forgettable. His entire career, it's like Raptors, sick. Spurs, sick. Spent, 5 years in L.A., and, if he goes in the Hall of Fame tomorrow, you're not going to remember him for being a Clipper.
True.
That's for sure.
Well, it definitely adds to the legacy and definitely adds to the fact that he won't catch a RICO case.
That's it.
Now he's a Canadian
I mean,
citizen.
I think technically the Raptors still employ him under the U.S. because that's where the NBA headquarters is. I don't know how that works, but still.
Understood.
Either way. And then last big move, Ja Morant, who was going to be traded, goes to probably the best team for a guy of his interests, given the history of the Portland Jail Blazers back in the day.
that still exists, considering Terry Rozier
And Chauncey Billups. And they're
There
like,
you go.
you know what? We need to make this team better. Let's do the thing where the guy had gun issues.
Listen, there's no doubt about it that he is one of the best players on the court when he's playing right, and he's not doing all
yeah.
the gun symbols and all the bullshit.
Yeah.
And he comes from a very well-to-do family that sent him to Catholic school. So you look at this, Memphis receives Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. I don't...
They just needed to dump him.
It's like you got nothing in... nothing in return.
I know, but
No picks, no nothing.
they needed to dump him. That was it. They were just like, we're going to get rid of him. It is what it is. Let's go about it the way we are. He did not play that well last year. He hasn't been as good as he's been the last couple of years. I was hoping he would go to the Pelicans to play with Zion. That'd be awesome. What they have, though, is Ja Morant. And then they have former second overall draft pick Scoot Henderson. And they have defensive player, point guard of the Bucks when they won and when the Celtics won, Drew Holiday. And then one of the most, if not, no, probably not, top 3 most famous players in their franchise, Damian Lillard, all playing 2 positions.
So you're hoping that the veterans can say, get your shit together so we can go win.
Yeah, but Ja's a veteran now.
But I understand. But you're hoping that the older guys on the team can say, get your shit together. Otherwise, we're not going to win.
Well, and
That's what I'm getting.
Denny Avita has been good. As I said, the Bulls should have got him with the 4th pick, but they picked frickin' Patrick Williams instead for some psycho reason. Denny Avita has been good. Donovan Clingan, hell of a player in college. I don't really know how his whole career is going to work out. Trailblazers went to the playoffs last year. Trailblazers get Ja Morant. If he plays at his top, he's going to be good. Dame can still shoot. Scoot Henderson played a lot better than he has been his entire career before that. This is kind of like a fuck it, let's see what happens. Need I remind you, too, that the Hurricanes owner, who's notoriously cheap, also owns the Trailblazers, so he's kind of just like, whatever, get him in here, sell jerseys, and call it.
Yeah, get jerseys in here. Maybe you win something. Get rid of your best coach you've had in years and bring in an assistant. I think it's great.
Yeah, but it's, it could be a flash in the pan. We'll see how it works out for the Bulls. But that's fun. A couple more moves are probably going to be made before it's all said and done. These teams aren't finished, obviously, but
it's the most active NBA offseason I've seen in a decade.
as far as trading star players, former All-Stars, like All-NBA guys, it is wild.
It's crazy.
And then it's also just like LeBron decision part 3. Let's see where he goes.
He's going to televise it again?
No. When he went to the Lakers last time, he was like, "There's no way I'm doing that again."
Okay.
He had a couple really stupid things in that summer. He televises it as the decision, and then they go and do that on stage thing. And he's like, "Not 1, not 2, not 3." He made all of the mistakes getting onto the Heat, dude, and I think he learned from those. And it's all back to norm. If I were a betting man, he's going to the Warriors or the Cavaliers. He's going to play 1 or 2 more years, and he's going to call it a day. This is probably his last year, though, I'd argue.
You hope, because to be fair, I'm tired of talking about LeBron James.
Yeah, but shit, he plays in the playoffs last year, and he's the top 5 player in the playoffs as a 41-year-old.
I understand, but when you're the only option, that's pretty easy to do.
Luka Doncic is pretty good at basketball.
He wasn't there.
That's true. I forgot about that. That's a really good point. Who is the Rui Hachimura?
Yeah, right. That's your top player.
Austin Reeves is a good basketball player.
That's your top player.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the most NBA talk we've had in a long time.
What do you mean? We've been for 3 weeks, Mike.
True.
The Knicks
but
winning.
I'm just saying, this episode we really dug down. We're going to continue to dig down into it this summer.
Yeah, man.
It is the dog days of summer. We are officially there until FIFA is over. So stick with us along the way. We have a very special guest next week. Shout out to Donnie Marbit for joining us.
Yeah, boy.
We're going to have a fun following week to really cap off the month of June in our summer pod. So make sure you join us. If you haven't yet, call in 312-725. Is it 21 or 3107? 2107.
You got it.
Always.
It's the summer of the squad.
It's the summer of the squad. Boys are back together. Next week we will not be. It'll be a sad day. But
yes,
we had a lot of fun doing it. And we thank you for joining week after week. As always, we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Talking Tales with Mike and Vince. Oh, jazzy beats while we dispense. Yeah,